Hi everyone, my name is Gabriela from TulipArt Designs, and on this channel we are getting creative together. I'm showing you watercolor sketching ideas, tips and tricks, how to spend your free time while getting creative and having fun and definitely some joy. Today we are sketching some blueberries. I am showing you watercolor, I am showing you reverse watercolor techniques, and I can't wait to teach you all of the things that we practice on this page, and there are so many. So let's just dive in. So before we start, I want to walk you through the supplies very quickly. They are the same. I also have some suggestions in the description below with some links in case you need something. Then I have a sketchbook. It's watercolor sketchbook, some watercolor paints. I'm using My Mary Blue. It's a selection I made by myself. I have a video how I created this palette, so you can check it out. It's below. And then I have the round brush number 10, maybe size 8 will be also fine. I have a I have a drawing pen. It's a water resistant. I have 02 and 03 size. Then a jelly roll pen, and I have a pencil in case I need to sketch something. Usually I start with a sketch only in the moments when I decide to do the reverse watercolor sketching, which means that I start with watercolor and I add ink lines after that. In this situation, most of the times I just go for it. I do loose watercolor without making a sketch. I have some water. I need a clean one. Okay, here is my clean water. Let me check that it's all fine. This is what we sketched last time. We have different sketches. Sometimes it's more expressive, and sometimes it's just nice, fun, quick. So they are all different. These are the flowers that we did before that. This is a project that lots of people loved. So if you didn't try it, make sure to check it out. And some other flowers. We also have landscapes and birds. So let's just keep going. For the berries, I want to do a reverse watercolor sketching today. So let me just zoom in, and we will start by making some circles just with water, sometimes smaller, sometimes bigger. And we are using Prussian blue for the blueberries today. I am reactivating. Let me make sure that you see my paint like this. I forgot to say that we also have some paper towel for cleaning our brush. I'm taking some paint and I am just dropping it in. If I leave a little bit of white surface, white spots, that's okay. We can continue painting, this time with some extra watercolor. I will dip my brush in the water, wipe it on the side. Let me show you. So I dip my brush inside, wipe it on the side. I dip my brush in the water and wipe it on the side. Oh my god. Then I will keep making some little circles. And this is really loose watercolor sketching, and we are trying to fill our page. We are not focusing on water control. We are not focusing on the shape or shadows or anything like this. We are just having fun using one color, and then we can continue we are enjoying how the paint just moves. So when we make circles, we touch the previous one, then we pick more paint, we drop it in, we have some bubbles here. I'm not too stressed about it. Sometimes I do like a circle and then I try to fill it in. I dip my brush and keep going with a little bit more transparent paint. Then I have big ones and small ones. And if I want to, I can drop in some extra paint. Okay. And I work in small groups. And my circles are really wiggly and not perfect at all. So this project is really helping me in so many ways, like how to let perfection go, how to not think too much about the shape and the shadows, and just enjoying how the paint moves. And I will not try to paint realistic berries, okay? I don't want to give a wrong impression. We are really having fun, so sometimes we just make one loose circle somewhere here. Sometimes it's a half circle just on the side of this, and then we keep going. Let's leave some white space and just continue. Then I will wash my brush, make a few circles like this. We'll pick some more paint, drop it in. And if we want to make it darker while it's still wet, I will just drop in some extra dark and more pigmented color. And then I try to make different sizes, sometimes bigger and sometimes smaller. And look here, I have lots of paint, so I will just make one circle, touch the previous one, and then it will bleed. And it's so nice to see how the paint moves. This is amazing project for beginners because we could really see what our watercolor can do. Let's make a few more here. A bit extra paint for some darker berries and for some small ones. I will dip my brush in the water again, not wash it completely, but there will be a little bit of paint still. Maybe 1, 2 here. So it's like we are making them in small groups. So you can imagine on the branch how you have this batch of berries, and they are not really separated single berries, but they are all together. Okay. Then I want to take some green. Let me move just a little bit. I really like to mix my Hooker's green with my golden green or green gold. Sorry, I think every time I'm just saying golden green, but the color is green gold from my Merry Blue. Okay, and then I will just add a few leaves. I will drop in some extra green. And again, I am adding small leaves and sometimes bigger ones. And how I usually do the leaves, I start with the tip of my brush, then I push, and then I release again. Sometimes I shake my brush, so I have this wiggly, nice edges. And then we keep filling our page with some leaves. Now I am not turning my page, but if you feel that you need to turn the page, so you know, instead of turning your hand, you can turn the page, so it's always comfortable for you to sketch. And I am not thinking about composition or anything. It's just making some brush strokes. I am definitely trying to make some leaves, but you know, sometimes doesn't really look like it's a leaf, and that's okay. Like this here, I should fix the shape a little bit with the tip of my brush. Okay, maybe a small one here and there. It's always nice to have different sizes of these elements, so the leaves and the berries as well. Let's pick a bit more. I have more space here, so I just painted a whole branch of leaves, just something like this. And if we want to bring a little bit of character to our leaves, I will pick up darker green, and just only with the tip of my brush I can go in and add some veins, outlines, just making it fun. It's good if the leaf, the first layer, is already dry, so we can actually see the lines. I think mine, it's not completely dry. And because I'm not patient enough to wait, I just go for it. And I let it bleed, which is also fine. So I am not outlining the whole leaf, but I am just adding some extra details. Sometimes just the center line. This is still wet, so it's bleeding, but that's okay. I'm not bothering too much. Something like this. I am just making my sketch a bit more dense. That's all. Of course, you can skip adding details, and you can go to adding some ink lines. Okay, let's add something here. I really like adding one outline on one side, then the middle vein, and then some little veins. I'm adding these details only using the tip of my brush, so the lines are thinner. Okay, just something like this. I want a little bit of darker blue just to create some differentiation, more differentiation for my berries, and I will add just one stroke of darker blue for some of the berries. It's like adding a half circle. Like this. So it's making a C shape with the brush. You could see like this. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger and sometimes it's just smaller. This is a very nice exercise to practice brush strokes and definitely to have some fun. Okay, just a few more. I am not adding this to all of the berries, but just some. Maybe here, like this. Okay, I need this to dry and then I want to add a little bit of details with my pen. Okay, now that this is dry, I think, okay, I think it's dry. I want to add some ink lines, so I will go very sketchy and imagine like I will start from here. I will sketch like a circle, and then here where I have this, let me just try to zoom in, where I have the white, I will make like a scribble around it. Okay, then again, and then again. Okay, my page is still wet and I'm ruining my pen. I think I need to dry it a bit more. Okay, let's try one more time. So I am adding scribbles around these white spots. When we don't have a white spot inside, we can just make the circle and make the scribbles on the side just like this. We can skip some of the berries or we can just add some detail. Just play around and don't be scared if it doesn't come out like mine, because I'm only showing you some techniques and you are doing it without the outlines this time. Usually outlines are available on my Patreon, but this time I decided to make it a bit more challenging and to not prepare outlines. So I could try to get you into this nice exploring mood. And we are practicing so many things, like we are checking how watercolor works, how wet works. We were layering some paint and now we are just practicing our drawing skills. So these are all so many skills while having fun, filling one page from our sketchbook. So make sure that you will enjoy it and that you will just finish the whole page. And if you like more details, that's okay. You can always check for a photo and see if you need more details. I really don't want to create the complete, you know, realistic illustration, but I want to show you how we can have fun and create something nice and beautiful in our sketchbooks. Now I am just thinking, should I finish all of these? Maybe we can add this one and then one also here, just like this. Maybe one small one here. That is without the watercolor inside. Maybe also here one. So I'm just filling my page with some extra nice blueberries. This we can practice with so many different little berries, with the raspberry and blackberries, and it's so nice. And especially if you can go out and find some. I know maybe it's not the best moment now to find some blueberries, at least not in the Netherlands, but definitely looking it outside, maybe eating a few, that could be great. Now I'm thinking that maybe I should make the workshops in person with some nice food and that we sketch it, or maybe flowers and gardening. Yeah, you can see how I come up with some ideas. Okay, let's just finish a few more here. Maybe this one can be a nice berry with some extra details on the side. Okay, let's make the big one. And sometimes, you know, these little things are probably on the other side. This is where the bloom was. So I don't know if you are seeing, but I am sketching a kind of a circle and then a few scribbles in the middle. And the thing is that if you want to put it on the side, then this scribble will not have like, you know, your scribbles will not follow a circle, but you will want to follow like an ellipse, you know? So it's like you are drawing from the side. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Then here we have one. Let's just sketch a few here because I really like this little white spot in the middle. And also this. And if you need more fruits tutorials, some that are fun and nice, just let me know. I will be happy to create some more. We can also include them in the 100 watercolor sketches, because this challenge for 2025, there is not a prompt list and we are creating it now all together. So you can definitely tell me what you want in the comments, or you can join me on Patreon, where we have also some votes where people choose some of the prompts and we create this list all together. I really love this creative community of people, and I'm just here to, you know, hold your hand and help you through this creative journey and to help you out to find your way at some point. Of course, it takes time. You know, it's not like you have headache, you take a pill and then you have the result. Here we definitely need a bit more work, but it's all about having fun, so it's definitely worth it and nice, especially when you are not alone. Although you are at home, probably you are feeling that it's only you, but it's not, and we are all together. And on Patreon I really try to create this friendly community full of nice and creative people. Okay, now maybe I can add a little bit more here. It's really playing around with these simple shapes, just circles. Now we can add some details to our leaves, maybe not all of them. I'm shaking my pen because the leaves in the nature, they don't really have smooth lines, right? So I really like the sketchy style, maybe a few details inside. And sometimes I just add one line and I don't finish the whole outline. So it's a really creative project to help you let perfection go, something that is always my goal with these projects. Creating patterns kind of pages is very nice, and it's an amazing way to practice and to improve your painting or drawing skills, because basically you do the same thing over and over again, but you start discovering how you can position. Do you like more of these objects or less? Do you need a little bit of fillers here and there? And like after a while you really see that you improve so many of your skills, including drawing and painting and controlling water, and definitely exploring all these supplies that we are using. Okay, I think I will stop with my ink pen. If you want, you can always bring some Jelly Roll pen for some extra light, let's say like this on the side, to bring a little bit of highlight. I definitely like to bring a bit extra here in the centers, like this, so it will be extra contrasted, just like this. Before you add any pen work, any line work, make sure that your watercolor is completely dry, because you will ruin your pen and we don't want to ruin our supplies. I can imagine, at least me, they are not cheap, so we don't want to just ruin them with one sketch, right? Okay, something like this, maybe on the side a little bit of light reflection. I like adding these white lines where I have darker paint, so there will be a nice and beautiful contrast. Okay, I don't want to just go too much and too crazy with this, but just that's enough. I will stop here. I really like it. Like, we started from losing watercolor circles, and now we have a beautiful page filled with these nice blueberries. I had lots of fun. I hope you did as well. I want to switch the camera to just wrap up and to tell you to take a moment to thank you for being here, to be supportive, and to joining me for this creative journey. Consider subscribing for my channel so you will not miss any of the coming videos. Today we don't have an outline template, but all the sketches that require an outline template, you can find all of the templates on my Patreon. I will link it below. Thank you very much again for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye!